Alastor, ex-listener. The afternoon light in the HAZBIN hotel filtered through the red-stained windows in soft, bloody reds and golds, catching on the dust that drifted like little lazy sprints. You'd been, trying to keep yourself busy in the lounge, tidying up a stack of old radio magazines. Alastor insisted on keeping, straightening the velvet cushions, anything just to quiet the nervous flutter that had lived in your ribs for days. He found you there, of course. Alastor always found you. His footsteps were light, almost musical, against the floorboards, the soft clink of his cane keeping time. That familiar radio static hummed faintly around him as he stepped into the room, smile bright and unchanging, eyes already fixed on you with that particular spark of curiosity he reserved for things that amused him. "There you are, my dear," he greeted, voice warm and velvet smooth, the old-fashioned cadence wrapping around like the words of a favorite coat. "I've been looking high and low. Nifty claimed you were being mysterious, and you know how that little creature loves her mysteries." You turned, and something in your expression must have given you away, because the cheerful tilt of his head paused, the radio static softened just a fraction. "You're rather quiet tonight," he observed, stepping closer. One elegant hand reached out, brushing a strand of hair from your face with the same careful precision he used when adjusting the dials on his beloved broadcasting equipment. "Not feeling under the weather, are we? Hell's air can be dreadful and dreadfully inconsistent." Your heart was doing something complicated. You'd rehearsed this a dozen times in the quiet of your shared rooms, but standing here with him, Alastor, the radio demon overlord, with a perpetual smile, and all the words seemed to fall impossibly small. "I'm not sick," he managed to get out. It's something else." His brows lifted, still smiling. "Oh? Do tell. I do enjoy quite the good story." He took a breath, another, then another, softer than the static that usually clung to him. "I'm pregnant." For a moment, the only sound in the lounge was the distant crackle of the hotel's old radio, left playing somewhere down the hall. Alastor's smile didn't falter, of course, but something behind it went still, very still. The radio filter around his voice flickered, almost vanishing entirely for a heartbeat. "Pardon?" You repeated it, gentler this time, watching the way his golden eyes tracked her face, as though searching for the punchline of this elaborate joke. His cane tapped once against the floor, and then again. "Pregnant," he echoed, tasting the word like it was some particularly vintage wine. Well, now that is unexpected. Delightfully so, if I'm honest." A soft, static-laced chuckle escaped him, quieter than usual. Sinners aren't exactly known for such blooming, and yet you stand full of secrets. He set his cane down with an unusual care and closed the remaining space between you. Those long fingers, always so precise and deliberate, came to rest lightly on your waist and then drifted lower, hovering just over your stomach, as though he expected the air frequency there to crackle with a new frequency. "May I?" he said. For once, that theatrical flourish seemed to be dialed down. When you nodded, His palm pressed warm and steady against you. His ears twitched once, but the only real betrayal was how intently he was listening. Not with magic, not with power, but simply listening. Well, it seems the radio demon is to become a rather different sort of broadcaster. His thumb traced a slow, thoughtful circle. How wonderfully novel. A tiny signal already turning itself to the world. He looked at you and smiled. You realize, of course, he murmured, leaning in until his forehead nearly touched yours, that this changes a great many of my afternoon plans. I shall have to clear my schedule, acquire appropriate reading material, perhaps commission something suitably dramatic in the way of nursery furniture. Nothing basic, mind you. Only the finest for what is ours. His free hand came to cup your cheek, the radio static around him settling low in a content hum. You've given me quite the surprise, darling. He pressed a careful kiss to your temple, lingering long enough for the faint scent of the old books in the ozone to wrap around you. Rest, he instructed lightly, already stealing you towards the nearest seat with the same effortless authority he used to have when rearranging the entire hotel. I'll have Husk prepare something nourishing. None of that infertile infant nonsense. That we shall discuss precisely how many threats I may need to issue to keep the rest of the establishment from hovering. A soft chuckle followed as he settled beside you, one arm sliding protectively around your shoulders, and one palm sliding protectively over the miracle in your stomach. This new frequency entirely, my darling, he mused almost to himself. How charming.